Hey guys, it's APK here with a video that will be about a topic that might as well have been beaten to death in the past year or so, but I feel like hasn't been articulated well enough through a video. That topic, of course, is Spectator Mode, specifically in regards to the lack of a Spectator Mode in Halo 4 and the entire Halo franchise. A Spectator Mode is vital for games to be run at events in a cost-efficient manner. Games without a Spectator Mode, like Halo 4, require events to either purchase or rent equipment that will allow them to capture each player's screen and equipment to switch between their perspectives. Games with a Spectator Mode require event organizers to only have one perspective, the spectator's perspective, to be captured. Additionally, many Spectator Modes have included some amazing features that allow viewers to understand and appreciate what they are watching, which in turn only grows the audience. This growth makes games more financially viable and sustainable as a title that can be broadcasted either through consistent ad revenue or the ability to leverage partners and sponsors. With this in mind, it shouldn't be surprising that some of the biggest games in the world have a Spectator Mode, such as the most popular game in terms of total players, viewers, and competitors, League of Legends. If you go down to what is considered the number 2 game, you will find that StarCraft Heart of the Swarm also has a Spectator Mode. In fact, the StarCraft series has always had a pretty impressive Spectator Mode for over 15 years now. Some of you might not care considering those aren't shooters, but then I'd point you in the direction of Counterstrike, which also has had a Spectator Mode for over a decade. Then you might feel inclined to say that all of these examples are PC games, but then I'd feel inclined to direct your attention to the Call of Duty series, which has had a Spectator Mode for its past 6 titles and has improved vastly over the years to what Black Ops 2 has now. Additionally, the Gears of War franchise was introduced to Spectator Mode just a few years ago with Gears of War 3, and interestingly enough, one of the guys who played a large role in the addition, Quinn Del Hoya, now works for 343 Industries. I can guarantee you that there will be a Spectator Mode in Halo 5, meaning my concern, unlike most people, isn't if there will be one, but rather what will be included. Before I continue, I'd like to reassure you that I'm not questioning 343's ability, but rather I'm choosing to voice what I'd potentially like to see in Halo 5 Spectator Mode. There are many robust spectator features found in other games that I'd like to see Halo mimic, including Counter-Strike's X-Ray Vision. This feature outlines all player models that are within the field of view of the player that is being observed and gives viewers and casters the ability to anticipate encounters. This feature would have a toggle allowing the ability to choose when it is appropriate or not to have such info displayed. One feature in the Spectator Mode of the Call of Duty series that is helpful is the indication of which direction players are facing in the overhead map. This feature also helps build up anticipation. Another feature from COD Spectator Mode I'd like to see is the displaying of how many kills the player has on their current life. This is especially helpful for the casters and the perspective switcher, as it allows them to highlight and emphasize the players that are doing well at the time. Another great feature would be displaying weapon times, similar to how Quake does it. Ideally, the observer would be able to select which weapons to display this info for, or at the very least 343 would have to do a good job determining which weapons are worth displaying. The effective inclusion of a Spectator Mode relies heavily on the effectiveness and simplicity of the in-game heads-up display, and in a future video I'll be tackling that issue. That's all for today's video. In the comments below, feel free to leave me a comment with a potential Spectator Mode feature you think would be useful. Alright guys, this is APK, signing out.